From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, June the 5th, 2023. We open with a deadly attack Saturday on Israel's border with Egypt, where 3 IDF soldiers were killed by an Egyptian policeman. According to an initial investigation by the IDF, the policeman infiltrated the border early Saturday morning and snuck up on an IDF guard position, killing 19-year-old Sergeant Leah Ben-Nun and 20-year-old Staff Sergeant Ori Yitzchak Iluz, and then fled. Fellow troops pursued the shooter, who opened fire at them, killing a 3rd IDF soldier, 20-year-old Staff Sergeant Ohad Danhan. The Egyptian policeman was shot and killed by another group of soldiers in pursuit. The IDF said an investigation is being conducted in full cooperation with the Egyptian army. IDF soldiers continue searching the area to rule out the presence of any additional assailants. The 3 Israeli soldiers were laid to rest last night, with thousands attending to pay their final respects. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said, "Our hearts and the hearts of the entire nation are with the dear families whose worlds have been devastated. We are all with them in their profound grief," adding that the incident on the Egyptian border is severe and extraordinary and will be fully investigated. Israel has conveyed, he said, a clear message to the Egyptian government. We expect that the joint investigation will be exhaustive and thorough. Israel and Egypt have peaceful relations, with a peace treaty signed in 1979, and such incidents are quite unusual. Turning now to some other news, Speaker of the Knesset Amir Ohana will visit Morocco and its parliament this week. A visit made possible, Ohana said today, thanks to the groundbreaking leadership of the King of Morocco, Mohammed VI. Ohana was invited by the king and will fly to Rabat on Wednesday. The Times of Israel cited Ohana, who is of Moroccan descent, saying the dream of peace with the Islamic countries has been beating in our hearts since time immemorial. And how appropriate, he said, that of all these many countries, the Kingdom of Morocco is the first to invite one of the symbols of government and the head of the legislative authority of the State of Israel for an official visit to its House of Representatives. Team Israel continues to stun and amaze at the Under-20 World Cup in Argentina, beating the mighty Team Brazil on Saturday 3-2 in extra time in the World Cup quarterfinal. The Israeli players who scored the goals in yesterday's game highlight the diversity of Israeli society. Dor David Turgeman is from Ashdod, Anan Kalaili is from the Arab town of Sakhnin, and Hamza Shibli is from the Bedouin village of Shibli El Ghanam. Turgeman wore a wristband during the game that read "in memory of those murdered in the attack," referring to the killing of the 3 IDF soldiers on Saturday. Cited by the Times of Israel, saying, "We went through a very difficult day with the news from Israel. I dedicate this victory to the families of the victims." Team Israel will face Uruguay in the semifinals this Thursday. Well, some 40,000 people took to the streets of Manhattan in a show of support, solidarity, and pride for the State of Israel in the annual Celebrate Israel Parade, this year marking the Jewish state's 75th birthday. Participants waved Israeli flags, sang, danced, and marched down Fifth Avenue. They included Jewish community representatives, local and state leaders, Jewish day schools, activists, and even some celebrities like Dr. Ruth Westheimer, who celebrated her 95th birthday yesterday as Israel celebrated its 75th. And Israeli government officials, as well as Jerusalem Mayor Moshe Leon, who marched side by side with New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Leon said the deep and long friendship between the two countries and between the two cities will continue to accompany us and strengthen us and be a source of mutual pride and a focus of connection between us and American Jewry and between us and the American people. JBS broadcast the parade yesterday. You can catch the next encore presentation of it this Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, June the 5th at 7 o'clock. Daniel Gordis sits with writer and host Abigail Pogrebin to discuss his views of where he says Israel has fallen short and where he says it has exceeded all aspiration. At 8:30, Shahar Azani speaks with David Brog, executive director of the Maccabee Task Force, to share its vision, mission, and work in combating antisemitism and the BDS movement on college campuses. At 9, it's Danny Ayalon on L'chaim. At 10, we hear from Jewish gay activists who discuss the Israeli LGBTQ community's fight for acceptance. And coming up next, it's Good Week, Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, June the 5th, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.